sponsored by Dow Infinity.
Welcome to Thinking Tackle. I'm Adam Penning, and for this show we're guests of Suffolk Water Park, which is near Ipswich up in East Anglia. And that puts it in quite a rare position because there's not an awful lot of carp fishing in this part of the country, and you probably have to go 100 miles in any direction except east to find good quality carp fishing. And for that reason people travel from all over the sort of area of Norfolk and Suffolk and Essex and further afield to come and sample some of this fishing. The water's very clear, and there's a big head of very sort of heavily plated, dark looking fish up into the high 30s and low 40s. And for this show we're going to be fishing for them with using a few different types of tactics. We're going to be looking at floater fishing, maybe if the weather holds like this, but principally it's going to be boilie fishing and maybe a little bit of stalking thrown in. I've got with me the ace in the hole, the trump card, Mr. Golden Balls himself, Tom Dove, who I'm counting on to produce a fish or two, and he's pegged up just down the bank from me. We're in an area that we've been put onto by the local head bailiff, a guy called Trevor, who's a bit of a crocodile Dundee, and he's given us various directions and pointers, and one of them was to try out this area. We've seen fish here before, we've done the night here, and we've not had a fish yet, but we'll go and see Tom and see how he's getting on, and maybe a move will be on the cards. Hello mate.
Hello mate, how's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. Well, I'm loving this sunshine.
Yeah,
I've just been, it is, yeah, it makes a change.
Yeah.
I've just been telling the audience what a carp catching machine you are and how you're going to catch one for the show, so I put a bit of pressure on you.
Trying to take the pressure off yourself.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. So, are you feeling confident?
Not so much now. I was before, but we haven't really seen any fish down here for the past few hours really, have we?
No, just the odd one going through, but nothing like they were. When we looked on Friday, there were a fair few and it was coloured up. But you had a look further down the bank? And
yeah, down the far end there's a couple of sort of bays where the spits come out.
Right.
And right in the back of them there's a few fish, good 20 odd fish.
Really? Big ones?
Yeah, 30 pounders, yeah, there's
really?
a few down there. And there's another one, an orange one, I think everyone calls the carrot.
Oh yeah.
That's sitting there nice and proud and bright and orange.
Well, a few people have said if you find him, you find all of them. But
yeah, well, I think
you found a few,
he's,
right. Bit of a giveaway. So what do you think of the place then? I think it's all right.
It's very nice, yeah. The sunshine's helping, isn't it?
It is,
it's making it much nicer.
Yeah. I think that the fish are proving to be very mobile, aren't they? Which, you know, that can cause a problem on busy waters because there's not always available swims to move into. No. But I think it's good sort of advice. I mean, we always travel mobile anyway, don't we? And we'll move if necessary. And I've got a feeling that we're going to only be in these swims really for a couple more hours because...
Yeah, I think so, with the changing weather as well, because there's one shallow side and one deep side, it makes a big difference where they want to be. So the weather only needs to take a little change, and they're on the other side of the lake completely, so we'll...
Well, what we'll do, we'll go and have a little recce around the shallow side, because it's kind of, I suppose it's horseshoe shaped, isn't it? And you've got a deep arm and a shallow arm, so... And we're kind of on the apex of the, I suppose you'd say, aren't we, opposite the peninsula?
Yeah, the meeting point, I suppose, so...
Well, yeah, and it's a cold wind, well, it's a coolish wind, the sun's making it feel nice, but Boy, didn't it get cold last night?
It was very cold, I think 3 or 4 degrees, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
So
like the desert.
it was, wasn't it? Really cold nights and warm days. So what we're going to do is, well, I'll tell you what we could do. You go and have a look up the shallows. We'll wind in. I'll go and have a look down where you saw them earlier, and we'll see if we can put a plan together.
Yeah.
I know we did a bit of pre-baiting for this, didn't we?
We did. We put bait down this end, but again, because they're not here, we don't know whether the baiting's worked or not. So I think the best thing is to go and find them and let the carp tell us where to go.
I know you've got your own ideas and views on pre-baiting, Tom.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick your brains on those in a little while.
No worries.
Okay, it's late afternoon, we're on the move now. I've just done a recce of the arm behind me. There's numbers of fish down the end there sunning themselves. Wind's dropped off. Tom's found fish down in the shallow arm as well. Again, a long way from where we're fishing. So we're going to pack up and move and go to where they are. And that's a big lesson in carp fishing. We've committed bait to this area, quite a lot of it. If the fish aren't there, don't stay. A lot of people can fall into what I call the fruit machine syndrome and wait for that big payout. But for us, life's too short, so we're off.